Night of the Living podcast is always ad-free for patrons at patreon.com/NOTLP.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Night of the Living podcast. I'm not sure if it's your first time or not, but if it is, we talk about horror, science fiction, and fantasy films. And we do a different theme every month. And this month's theme is ninja flicks. And I'm Freddy. I'm always joined by Amy.
Hi.
And Andy.
Hi, yeah. Did ninjas say that, or just people that do kung fu?
I think it's anybody that does
Ninjas
any martial arts.
More like silent killers, right?
Yeah, but they yell a lot.
Okay.
But they can yell. I'm sure they yell.
In Ninja 3, the first movie we did for this was Ninja 3, The Domination. The ninjas in that yelled more than you would expect. For a stealthy person. They'd be like, yeah, every time you jump up something, you know.
True.
I don't think those are accurate ninjas.
You don't think so?
Or historically accurate.
Andy's video froze for just a second, but he's back. He's moving again, y'all. So ninja theme. That's kind of what you may wonder how we arrived at a ninja theme.
Because Freddy put it in the hat.
I put it in the hat.
Arrived at it.
And anytime someone will send us an idea for a theme, either through Discord or Andy's on Facebook, running our socials, it'll go in the hat if it's a reasonable theme that we can come up with at least 4 movies that exist in the theme. So, and it turned out that there was way more ninja options when we started digging into this than I ever knew existed.
Here's the thing. I know that there's a bunch of ninja movies out there. I'm just saying I don't think it fits our vibe.
I would disagree with you after watching the first 2 of these. We're going to be talking about a movie called Eliminators, which, however, I have a little problem with them advertising it as a ninja movie, which me and Andy and Amy, all 3 of us have said this at one point or another. Where's the ninja? Because he doesn't show up until the 3rd act of the movie.
Yeah.
His dad's in the first act.
Barely qualifies for the theme, but I'm sort of glad we watched it still.
It was because it had the most wild looking trailer, I think, right, Amy? Is that why?
It was one of the reasons, yeah.
Yeah. And mainly it has, Sorry, Andy, go ahead.
I think Amy's okay with watching this movie just because of Denise Crosby.
Oh, yeah. Denise Crosby.
I love Denise Crosby. Who doesn't love her? In addition to Star Trek, of course, there's Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
So she's a scream queen, too.
I love Denise Crosby. Trekkies.
Yeah.
She is real sweet to the Star Trek fans. Next week, we'll be talking about New York Ninja. And we're wrapping the month up with Ninja Assassin, which was Iona Goodwin. She picked that.
That was a great one.
Oh. If you want a chance to pick one of the main attractions for one of our themes, just subscribe to our mailing list at notlp.com. And we draw a name every series that we do. You guys.
What?
Andy, we asked before we started recording, like, anything exciting in the world? And Amy and I are like, our lives are real boring for the most part. But Andy did something so wild.
This crazy son of a bitch.
I guess it's exciting comparatively to your lives where you say nothing's going on. But we were talking about this on Topicana earlier this week, which you can get on patreon.com/NOTLP. So listen to that. We were talking about the new burger wars going on with the fast food places and all the CEOs trying their burgers.
Social media war going on.
Yeah.
Eating their product.
And it all started with that McDonald's CEO taking a tiny bite.
A petite bite.
Yeah.
Of their newest. Yeah.
That nerd? You mean that nerd that ate that burger? Kinda ate that burger?
Like a nerd.
Yeah. He looks like someone that would eat like a burger with a fork and knife normally. But it was the big arch burger. And I had one today, and
Tell
after
us
having it,
more.
I feel his tiny bite was kind of warranted.
Oh shit.
No, it's not a good burger.
No, it's a fine burger, but I think it's just loaded with sodium and other things.
Bad
Because
things.
after I only ate half of it because it's a big burger. Actually, it's a decent burger for the price. I will give it that. I ate half of it, but afterwards I just felt awful.
Really? You said you could tell it was from the sodium is why you were not feeling good?
It was probably that. Like I assume.
Yeah.
Like it's when you eat too much and it's there's stuff in it that just make you
Yeah.
it's not like the good feeling after Thanksgiving where you're like sated
Right.
and
Where you're pleasantly
satisfied.
uncomfortably full.
Yeah.
It's the feeling I get when I eat an entire bag of barbecue cheddar Grippos popcorn.
Well, you shouldn't eat a
fucks me
whole
up.
bag of anything.
Yeah. Well, I don't really ever eat the whole bag in a sitting. Amy helps a little, and then it takes like 2 or 3 sittings. But it takes sitting one, I eat about a third of the bag, and then I'll get some diarrhea probably.
Okay, we don't have to tell people
And then the
this.
second third of the bag, the diarrhea comes back.
What are we?
And then I finish off
still
the
go
third.
back.
Yeah, and then the third night, I'm like, I'm gonna finish this bag, and this one's extra spicy, so I'm gonna also have diarrhea on day 3.
Welcome to Night of the Living Digestive Tract.
Are you a goldfish? You just forget things all the time.
Yeah, I just love that popcorn that much. I suffer for
Okay.
it. It's good.
But I'm beginning to think maybe RFK is onto something about all those chemicals in our foods.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's about moderation in this case. I just feel it's just super processed and super salted up. So get it, but share it maybe.
Ask for light salt.
Or just don't get it.
I wonder if they would
Yeah.
lightly salt your meat if you asked them to. Please lightly salt my meat.
I think it's time to admit that McDonald's is not good for you.
Oh my God. You know what I love at McDonald's? The basics. Cheeseburgers.
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken
Fries.
nuggets. Yeah.
Those chicky nugs are
Anytime
good.
they go outside of the OG original menu, I'm always a little like, whatever.
Mhm. Yeah, I should have stuck to the rivers and lakes I'm used to.
Yep.
Yeah.
TLC, you were right.
Chasing those waterfalls there.
Also
Oh,
on Patreon,
Andy.
besides the talk of the nerd eating the burger over there at McDonald's, and our nerd eating it here, we're all nerds here.
Hey,
You are a big geek, you know it. This week at Patreon, besides that, you also get free versions of an ad-free versions of this podcast and Zoned Out, where Joe and I talk about the mind and the matter this week. And that's an episode that follows this character named Archibald Beechcroft around. He's this guy who's like a misanthrope. He's just sick of everyone around him. And he wishes everybody were more like him. And you get to see how that turns out. Also, Amy, you called that episode where the CEO tried the Arch Deluxe, the World War III edition of Topicana.
Because we talked about World War III happening.
Yeah. It's a dark time.
Topicana, I try to find light topics for Topicana, but sometimes we have to talk about World War III.
It was a dark episode. And I was already like fighting a little bit of the blues. And then like I was like, oh, so just a warning to anybody out there fighting the blues. We talk about current events. And we also did Origins 339 was the episode. This came out in the fall of 2013. And in that podcast, we talked about a movie called Paranormal Asylum and Antiviral. That's that one that was directed by Cronenberg's son, where people get celebrity viruses.
Son of Cronenberg.
Yeah, weird movie. And Allison Strickland from OTR Improv had dropped by. She was one of the founders of OTR Improv in Cincinnati here. And she gave us an improv lesson, which will lead in the future of the past to us appearing at OTR Improv, telling scary stories at Halloween time.
Yeah, we did do that, didn't we?
It's fun.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
We used to do things, remember?
We did. It was great because we would tell our spooky personal stories, and then the improv actors would perform based on what our stories. It was an interesting night of entertainment.
interesting. I like how you phrase that.
I mean, I laughed a lot. As a comedy thing, it was great. us telling the story first felt like it made it not what you expect normally at an improv show, because we had the storytelling element, and then which is very controlled, and then the improv element is just fucking insane.
Mm. I just hate improv, so
It's
that's
true.
just my that's just my bias coming in.
He's a hater.
Yeah. It's I think some people who do it even consider it like a necessary part of their training, and not all of them like doing it, because a lot of them are like people who want to be in scripted entertainment and other plays and TV shows, movies and stuff. And they're honing their craft at improv. But I get what you're saying, Andy. Improv, the nature of like an actual improv show is usually pretty awkward. It takes a talented group to really sell that shit. But OTR Improv was super talented. They were awesome. Worth checking out.
Well, I feel the movie we were about to talk about, their script was improv.
Yeah.
I think you'll be surprised if you don't know about the guys who wrote this. There's kind of some interesting stuff around them. Anyways, we'll get into that when we get in the movie, I guess. They made some other stuff you might not expect.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Turn out lights, it's the main attraction. Eliminators, released January 31st, 1986.
That's my birthday, my 6th birthday.
Amy was 6 years old. This was your 6th birthday present.
Yep.
So it did go to theaters, lots of screens. So I think it was considered a success by Empire International, which is Empire Entertainment. And if you like bad movies the way Amy and I like bad movies, they were an American independent small-scale theatrical distribution company, and Charles Band had formed them in 1983 after he got rid of Charles Band International Productions after he went bankrupt. The company went bankrupt, and then he came out of it and made this company. And then Empire ended, and he started Full Moon Productions, which everybody knows Full Moon.
Yeah.
The Empire, their main thing was producing and distributing low-budget horror and fantasy films. They did Reanimator, Troll, Ghoulies. Ghoulies was their first big hit. Trancers and From Beyond. And after they went bankrupt, that's when Full Moon came along. So he's bankrupt. There's two companies that Charles Band has bankrupted, and his current company is still kicking. They got their own streaming service and all kinds of stuff. This is the second feature film directed by Peter Manoogian. I'm not sure if it's Manoogian or Manoogian, but he directed the Cave Beast segment of The Dungeon Master, which is another Empire movie, which Amy and I had watched.
I did?
Yeah, it had Richard Mall playing the Dungeon Master character.
Oh, I think I fell asleep.
And then there's little segments in it. Well, this director did the Cave Beast segment in that. If you have Tubi, you can watch Dungeon Master. In fact, you can watch most of Empire's catalog, I think, on Tubi. But not the movie we're talking about today. The cinematography, Mac Alberg. This is the guy who did Reanimator, Deep Star 6, From Beyond, House, Ghoulies, and the Michael Jackson Black or White video. You remember that was a big deal when we were kids, like the premiere of that, everybody watched and everybody morphed different races. And were you a fan of Black or White, Andy? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good song. That's a good video.
Yeah, me too. I think it's one of his better music videos. Special effects, late great John Carl Buechler. This is the guy who directed Troll, Kelley's favorite. One of Kelley's favorite movies, yeah. Of our Kelley. Not R. Kelley, our Kelley. But he did From Beyond's effects. He did the New Blood, the first Friday the 13th that had Kane Hodder as Jason. That was his makeup. He did Nightmare 4, Halloween 4 and 6. And he directed Troll, our Kelley's favorite, and the New Blood, which is that 7th Friday the 13th movie. Written by Paul DeMeo and Danny Bilson. They wrote Trancers, which was a big hit for Charles Band. It was kind of like a sci-fi comedy with Tim Thomerson. It was fun. And they did the Flash TV series in the 90s. Do you remember that one?
No.
It had like Wesley Allen Shipp, kind of like he became like a hot dad character at some point and other stuff. Anyways, it was a decent superhero show. Just a couple other tech things. The music, Bob Summers did the music for this. This is a guy who did. This is such a weird little movie with Jeff Goldblum playing Ichabod Crane in The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, he's actually really good casting for it. It's on. You can watch the whole movie on YouTube. Somebody like remastered it and everything.
That's kind of genius casting.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, I remember it being pretty good, but I haven't seen it since we worked at Blockbuster Video. Which is a long time ago. And in the movie, this is deceiving because Bob Summers did the music for the movie, but they used this other work in it prominently called Reach for the Stars. It's Richard Harvey's Fantasia. This is an album that came out in 1984, but a lot of movie trailers and stuff use that music, and it sounds like a John Williams kind of music, you know? It's bigger than the movie even, feels. And this movie it starts in ancient Rome. And we have the Mandroid has come out of ancient Rome to Abbott Reeves' lair laboratory in Mexico, and Abbott Reeves is this evil mad scientist who has invented a time travel machine, and he is using the Mandroid to go back and forth, I guess, and bring him artifacts
to prove he went back.
He went back in time. Abbott Reeves, at first you thought it was Andrew What's His Nuts from...
I had a moment where I thought it might be Andrew Robinson from Hellraiser and Star Trek DS9.
It is somebody you knew, though. Did you look him up? It's Roy Dotrice, who...
yeah, I know the guy's super familiar.
He's the voice of the Game of Thrones novels. So if you listen to the audiobooks of Game of Thrones, you're hearing our villain's voice in that. He's a British actor. He was a prisoner during World War II. Before he got into acting, he won a Tony for Tonys are the ones you get for stage, and
everybody knows that.
I think everybody knows that. A Moon for The Misbegotten, but he also he played Amadeus's dad, I think it was, in Amadeus, and he was on Beauty and the Beast, the TV series with Ron Perlman. But the thing is, and I'd say this for Fozzie, he was also Roger Wyndham Price, who was the guy who, remember Wolfram Hart?
Oh, from Angel.
Yeah, he was like I feel like he was one of the evil attorneys that founded Wolfram Hart or something like that.
Oh.
So you might know him from that. But he was in the show, he was the pyromancer on Game of Thrones, who had all the explosive shit in the first season. I think it was the first season. Anyways, you probably know him. If you're into fantasy and sci-fi, he's all over it. And then Patrick Reynolds, who's playing the Mandroid. This guy's the grandson of R.J. Reynolds, who gave everybody cancer with cigarettes. And he became an activist against smoking.
He should have become an activist for charisma because he didn't have any, and he needed to drum some up.
Well, he's a Mandroid. Bad? It's not. He's a half man, half android, so it's not like the role calls for a lot of charisma.
Well, Peter Weller begs to disagree.
Don't you feel like he's doing a Peter Weller impersonation in this?
Poorly.
Well, it's funny because I was like, is this a RoboCop ripoff? But this movie came out before RoboCop, so yeah. If anything, this movie, RoboCop ripped off this movie.
Do you think Peter Weller was like, he saw Mandroid, the Mandroid, and was like, that's Murphy right there. It's perfect.
No, it's the look of Mandroid is definitely RoboCop-ish.
Yeah.
Mix, and it's also very Terminator too.
Yeah,
I mean Terminator as well. So if you mixed up Terminator, which came out before this movie, with RoboCop, which came after, you have Mandroid.
Doesn't it feel like his outfit is like maybe like padding from some sport repurposed?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And this chest plate, they reveal under his chest plate is a man chest with a lot of scars, and the reason he's all fucked up is his plane crashed in the jungle of Mexico,
which is where Reeves finds him and turns him into the Mandroid.
How convenient that some dude just crashes his plane and right by an evil scientist's lair.
Yeah. And then we have Takada, who is one of the scientists working for Abbott Reeves, right?
Yeah.
And Takada is the father of the ninja but there's no mention of him being the father of a ninja.
No, not until much, 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 much later when we actually meet the ninja.
Yeah, at least until the third act, the end of the second act and into the third, which is probably like a good hour into this movie.
Yeah, I checked it. It's an hour. Yep.
Of an hour and 30-minute movie.
Yeah. And wouldn't it have helped a lot to just have a photograph of his kid on his desk in his ninja uniform or something?
You just wanted more ninja.
Well, Andy was saying this is a little bit of a tough theme, because when Andy was like, it doesn't really fit what we do, I'm like, you're right. There's a mysticism with ninjas that's built in, and that's kind of eerie and supernatural. But we chose the movies that were the most either horror or sci-fi. So Ninja 3 was kind of a horror movie, and this one is definitely a sci-fi action movie. I have no idea what New York Ninja is going to be like. I had only ever seen Ninja 3. You guys hadn't seen it before that.
Nope.
I had never seen this movie, Eliminators, before.
Never even heard of
And
it.
why is it called Eliminators?
They don't eliminate
no
anything.
idea. Well, it's weird because the guys who wrote this, I think it was the writers. The same year or the next year, there was another movie they made that has a similar title. It was like The Annihilators, I think. Unrelated.
I mean, are the Eliminators the name of this ragtag group of people that are going after the supervillain?
I think so.
Kind of like the A-Team or something.
Yeah, they're named that, but they don't know they're named that. Only the audience knows that.
Yeah. But it's very similar to how Ninja 3, The Domination, had a title that didn't relate to the movie at all.
Didn't mean a damn thing.
And this one has a title that also is very spurious.
It's weird. It's a weird movie. So Takada's played by Tad Harino, who is he's from Seattle, Washington. But we know him from Red Sonja. We did that on the show. He was the sword master in that. He was also in Kung Pao Enter the Fist, which is a pretty funny movie. In Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, he was Confucius in that one. Bill and Ted's. I love it. Sadly passed away in 2002. I mean, he lived to a ripe old age of like 81, I think. We have Nora Hunter. Now, keep in mind, Takada's whole role in this is to help the mandroid escape.
Yeah. And to have birthed the ninja.
And to have been the father of the ninja. And now he is killed by the professor in retaliation, right? For helping the mandroid escape.
Yeah, he gets killed and he dies on his knees leaning up against a fence.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have fallen down if he was dead.
Yep, he's just there.
He just stays leaning up against the fence. It was a really silly moment.
Interesting choice.
In a sea of silly moments.
Well, we had to say that the mandroid was escaping because Reeves, the evil villain, was going to terminate him because he served his purpose.
Yep.
And the Japanese scientist was kind of like his friend, I guess, because the mandroid says, like, he was my only friend at this place. And the Japanese guy feels sorry for him. Tanaka, is that his name? Takada. He feels sorry for him. So he tries to help Mandroid escape. But his goons get in the way, and Takada is unfortunately a collateral damage.
Do you feel
goons feature heavily in this movie?
Really good goons, too, I think. Yeah. There's some performances here.
Good goons as in good like scene dressing, or good as in competent?
As in entertaining to watch.
Okay.
I'm not because no judgments or aspersions or anything like that. Just good, silly comic booky kind of goon characters.
Goonery.
But I actually wrote that down. Like when we saw the main goon,
Ray,
and this big lumbering redneck guy. Yeah. I was like, "This is your head of security, this guy."
I can't wait to talk about Ray. Well, let's talk about Ray now. Peter Shrum. This guy, he was a Catholic schoolboy, and he started acting way back then. He was in Terminator 2. He's the bartender who pulls the shotgun on Schwarzenegger in that. And then he was the Coca-Cola Santa Claus for a little bit.
Oh.
And if you grew up like me watching Give Me a Break, he was Uncle Ed. He was in a bunch of episodes of Give Me a Break. And he in this he's really ridiculous, man. He's like a straight up cartoon character. But for me that works. I don't know Andy like that, but for me like the goofy.
No, it works as something fun, but
Yeah.
as in terms of realism, he's not a good head of security.
This movie has a real problem with realism in general. So as Takada, this is an awesome escape because Takada gets Mandroid out of the complex and Mandroid gets his
mobile unit,
which was
this is where they spent all the money on this movie
on the mobile unit.
Because it's pretty cool.
It's really cool.
I honestly don't know how they managed to get this, considering how low budget everything else is. And quickly they kind of, it looks like they tossed everything together. This was a really cool prop.
Yeah, he looks like a centaur in it because he's just him from. It's a train, not a train, like a tank set of tank treads. And
no, he looks more like Medusa from Clash of the Titans. You know, like he has his tail. That's what he looked like to me.
That's probably a better comparison. Yeah, because the proportions are more like that. Yeah, it's just wild to see. If nothing else, if you can't find the movie, just go to YouTube and watch the trailer, and you'll see the Mandroid with his mobile unit in the trailer, which I think is a thing that caught our eye. Me and Amy both were like, "What? Bless you."
Dog sneezed.
I was kind of worried for the actor himself because he was just kind of flopping around.
Yeah,
worried he was going to tip over.
Yeah, could be dangerous.
So I'm glad that he survived this dangerous apparatus.
Yeah, to go on and try to fight smoking.
Okay, so this lair is in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
And somehow this guy with this mobile unit, that they call it, makes it all the way to to the United States where Nora is.
Yeah, because he gets the lead on the scientist.
No, he leaves the mobile unit behind.
He does leave it behind.
Oh,
He
okay.
leaves it back on. Is it an island that they're on?
Yeah,
Like where the lab is.
He parks it. It's kind of like that scene in Back to the Future where Marty pushes the DeLorean behind the billboard and covers
He's
it.
basically hiding
Okay.
it.
He does it. He hides it under like brush.
And then to get to Nora, I guess he just walks or whatever the fuck. But he wears a disguise. Don't worry, because the world would be like, "What is with this mandroid?"
Nora's like a military person too, right? Isn't she?
She's a colonel.
She's a colonel.
Colonel.
But he wears a fedora and a poncho.
He
It's
looks
like Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah.
He looks real creepy.
Or like Inspector Gadget. I thought Inspector Gadget, but now that Andy said Jeepers Creepers, it's his silhouette is probably more like Jeepers Creepers.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I guess he finds where she's working at because she's somehow connected to Reeves.
Reeves stole the tech or something from her.
Okay.
I don't know exactly.
They used to work together, I guess, in some capacity. So he got access to her research and he stole it and used it to create a mandroid.
So what he recruits Nora to what?
He goes to her just
to help him stop Reeves.
I thought it was just to get fixed, and because he got shot in the back of the head escaping, and it fried his
It's not
some
real
of his
clear.
memory. Yeah, his memory's not intact. She's like, only your human brain is taken over. When by the way, Nora is Denise Crosby. We didn't say that's Star Trek Next Generation.
No, we know her. You don't have to go. Yeah,
but I do want to say
she has a bob.
She has a bob,
which was interesting to see because I think we're all used to her with that '90s mom cut.
Yeah, definitely. I lost my train of thought when you said that. Anyways, she's fixing the chips in his brain where his memory are.
She can't. I think that's why they need to go.
He asked her to leave it out.
Okay.
She says your human brain is taken over. He says,
this
"Can you just
movie
leave it that
confused
way?"
Me.
Yeah.
It wasn't super. The plot doesn't matter.
No. It's silly.
They're basically going back to the island to find Reeves and to
she insists on coming with him because she thinks he's going to break down.
Yeah.
And he'll need, because he starts
She's a mechanic.
shooting sparks off when
and also she's pissed that Reeves has stolen her work. So I think she has some revenge plans too. Not revenge, but she wants to like get to the bottom of what's going on.
Yeah, so they team up and they take off to Mexico, but they can only get so far before they hit a river.
Yeah. And then it turns into Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
It really does.
They
go to that bar and they're looking for a guide to take them down the river. And that lesbian starts a bar brawl.
Bayou Betty?
Bayou Betty.
That woman is
She's
from...
not, she has a male lover, so she's butch. She's not lesbian.
Yeah,
okay.
She just reads...
I didn't catch that she had a lover. I didn't catch that part.
That lady is from New York. I looked her up because I was trying to figure out what the accent was she had.
It wasn't good.
Nah, it was a weird choice. I think she was trying to do a Louisiana accent.
She was trying.
She was on Freddy's Nightmares, which is a show I love. And you should love too. It's real hot garbage. It's on Tubi.
Real hot garbage.
What's interesting though, she was in like in 100 musicals and stage plays. And I don't know who John Slattery is.
John Slattery is from Mad Men.
That's him? She was married to a John Slattery. It can't be the same guy.
I don't know.
Maybe in 1978. How old is John Slattery? Do you know?
It's older than me.
The name rang a bell. I was like, oh, I know that name, but then I didn't have time to look into
That's
it.
who John Slattery is.
It's that white hair guy, right?
Yeah, that's who I thought it was, but then I didn't confirm if it's the same guy.
I feel she's older.
Yeah, they don't match.
Anyway, so they get to this. Nora goes to this kind of like this bar where all the I don't know, criminal helpers hang out.
There's just
they're
just pilots.
They're just a bunch of boat
I don't
pilots.
But I feel like they're kind of like drug mules. They take any job for any amount of money,
and they also fight to take jobs from each other. Yeah.
So Nora comes in and says, "I need the toughest pilot out here," and the not lesbian butch lady, she starts a fight to prove that she's the toughest pilot out there, which is so unnecessary. This kind of pissed me off.
A lot of property damage and injuries.
They destroyed this bar and get beat up just so they can take Nora down the river.
Yeah. I didn't understand. Like, I think what it is, they think that they're treasure hunter. They think that the mandroid, who they don't know is the mandroid, they think
because he's wearing his disguise.
They think that Nora and he are treasure hunters. So like all the people in this, it reminded me of the Adventurers Club from Disney. If there was like an R-rated version of that, but they're all after whatever, they don't. And the truth is that again, they're just trying to get back to the crash site where the mandroid originally landed. They're not after any treasure.
Yeah. So the person who wins Nora's hand, I guess, is Fontana.
Yeah,
yep.
Harry Fontana.
Yeah, and he takes him down the river, and
they're chased.
I don't know. They get chased, but later it's implied that they have like a will they or won't they type thing with Fontana with Nora.
Yeah,
which is kind of an odd choice.
Do you feel like you had to in 1986?
I feel like it was totally, they were trying to do a Spielberg.
Yeah. I think that this, you made this today, you wouldn't even have any romance storyline at all. And there's barely one in this. And you're not sure if it's going somewhere with Harry or with the mandroid. Because
the mandroid is inappropriate.
Well, she has a couple of moments with mandroid where I thought that they were going to hook up.
She kisses him. Yeah.
Who? Mandroid?
Yeah, she kissed the mandroid.
Yeah, just a little peck.
It was a very innocent little peck, but it insinuates that there could be more. I told Amy I think the song Bizarre Love Triangle was written about this movie.
Yeah. So all the other pilots are mad that Fontana got the job. So they start chasing him down the river,
Yeah.
which was kind of impressive.
Yeah, the boat chase was pretty
It was
fun.
it was real action. It wasn't like anything done in a studio. They were out on a river.
Yeah, because it was cool because you don't see boat chases up very often because I feel like they're difficult to do. But I was kind of impressed that they actually went for it.
Do you remember the name of his boat? It had a funny name.
No questions.
No questions. That's right. Henry's boat. Or Henry or Harry?
Harry. Just call him
Harry.
Fontana. That's his name.
Fontana. Yeah, Fontana. That makes more sense. Because that's what she calls him a bunch in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a stereotypical adventurer name too.
Yeah.
That's John Prine, who just passed away a couple of years ago. John Prine's cousin, Andrew Prine, playing that character. Who's been in a bunch of 2 Star Trek appearances, Next Gen and Deep Space Nine. He was a Kardashian in Deep Space Nine.
Cardassian.
I like to say
You
Kardashian.
said that Kardashian.
I know. And he's the guy who tortures Riker, the Telonian.
I don't remember.
You remember when Riker they're fucking with his brain and everything? Yeah. I'm surprised you don't.
I don't remember that
You're
one.
usually better at remembering those than
I
me.
know. I'm sorry.
But that's Harry. I liked him a lot in this. I thought that guy was very
He had
charismatic.
the Riz
Yeah.
that was missing from the Mandroid character.
Yeah.
And I feel like he was a better main character, even though he wasn't.
Oh, I forgot a character. Spot.
Oh, you can't forget Spot.
Andy, do you want to explain what Spot is?
Do you know what Spot is?
He's just Nora's robot helper. That's it. It's kind of like if was it Orko from He-Man? If Orko from He-Man was a robot, that'd be him. Because he floats. He floats.
He can float.
Like
He
magic.
can
He perches.
He can beam himself places.
Yep.
He's not limited by our human physics.
And I find it really weird that she understands what he says, like R2D2, and you know how
because he
Luke
makes
and
R2D2 noises.
Yeah,
I mean, she did create him.
that's
and
true.
She is a genius robotics scientist, so
Yeah, you're not wrong.
it would make sense that she communicate with him.
So
eventually they get away, and then they find the crash site where Mandroid, as a human, crashed, and Nora finds some like artifacts from his past life, which was kind of pointless because they never address this again.
They don't.
Yeah, he begs her not to go in too. Like he's like, I don't want to see this stuff, and she's like, no, you're gonna see it. And she gets in and almost dies. And this is why Fontana comes back, because he had bailed on them like Han Solo style.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he comes back. She's gonna drown.
It was just weird that they made such a big deal about his past, but never really addressed it or
There's no payoff
had any
to
resolution for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just there to give him a little bit of backstory. This movie's super thin.
Yeah.
Tissue paper.
So
thin.
at this point, they continue their journey, and they just happen to run into the ninja.
Well,
right?
He's there. They get further.
He's fishing with his mind.
They're closer to the lair at this point, and that's when they find the ninja Kuji. That guy Conan Lee. He's a Hong Kong guy. He was in Pacific Rim. He was also in Repo Men and The Big Trouble in Little China. Great movie. And he created a martial art called Realistic Fist.
Okay.
Which I love the name of. But he is there tracking down his father's killer. He's figured out he's close to the base, and I think the lair, and he hooks up with Mandroid because Mandroid is going the same way. And there's your ninja. Yeah, he's using magic to fish somehow.
Like telekinesis or something.
Was it like telekinesis?
I don't know what
he gets the fish to jump out of the water and into his hand.
Yeah.
And then he cooks it by twirling it over the fire with his hand. He doesn't.
Does Mandroid need to eat, do you think?
I don't know. That's a good question. They don't address it.
Or does he need like oil or gas or something?
Man.
You could be right. I don't know. What fuels the Mandroid?
Kuji is also in and out of the movie at this point. Like he shows up and now he's part of the group because they're separated still at this point. It's Denise Crosby's character and Fontana are together, and they had gotten separated after the crash site thing.
Yeah.
And then now Mandroid, they think Mandroid, do they believe Mandroid is dead at some point too, even?
Well, he gets thrown off the boat, and they try to look for him.
That's right.
Yeah, but they can't find him, so they go on their way, and they stumble upon Neanderthals.
Oh, yeah.
Cavemen. Yep.
Cavemen. And I was like, after the explanation, it does make sense, but they also could have dropped this storyline totally.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have made a difference because it turns out that Reeves is kind of going throughout history and picking up artifacts. And for some reason, he brings back cavemen.
Yep. Well, you know what else is weird is like he's bringing back pieces of the mission in the beginning of the movie is the Mandroid bringing him back a Centurion's shield from ancient Rome. And when we get into the climax, he must have had Mandroid going back and getting all the pieces of armor he used to build his, because the finale, the big third act is the professor has built himself an android body or robot or
Reeves.
an android body. What am I saying? Yes, an android.
It's
body.
not. No, it's more like a Iron Man suit.
Yeah, but his skin somehow is like he looks younger now. He's done some other shit. Like
He's gotten some work done.
Yeah, like it is very Iron Man-y. You're right, Andy. It reminds me of the very first. Was it the first? Yeah, where who was it? Not I started to say Lloyd Bridges, Jeff Bridges, maybe. Who was the bad guy?
Yeah.
He built his own suit.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like, I think that's what they were going for in this.
Yeah, but at this point, we've only seen Reeves in the beginning and the beginning of the third act. For a movie villain, he's barely in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another.
And the ninja, who's
Miss.
the ninja who has the most reason to kill him, is barely in it.
So I felt like no urgency because we don't even know his plans until the third act. Like they have this info dump on us, exposition dump, where his Reeves' grand plan is to go back to ancient Rome and become an emperor.
Yep. He knows that if he has this body, he can go back and rule ancient Rome.
Yeah. And there's like a backstory to Reeves too that was never addressed. Because he has that scarred face and he seems very angry about something.
Yeah. Do you feel like it feels like he came in the middle of a comic book series, like on issue 10 or something?
Yeah, it is kind of like, oh, it happened before.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute, you didn't show me before.
Yeah. This would have a lot of those read issue 6 or whatever notes in it if it were a comic. Like, about it in the Doctor Doom special, What If, number 9.
And there's no reason given why he wants to go back to ancient Rome except being an emperor. I guess he just wants power.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. So the reasoning behind his evil scheme is very thin.
Yeah. Not to mention that his reasoning is thin. And then also the person who you should be invested in Kuji the ninja getting his revenge. But the person who really fucks over the villain in the end is Fontana. Because their whole thing, they kill the henchman. But the villain, Reeves, he gets into the time machine and he escapes. And they're like, oh, he won. He did exactly what he wanted to do. And Fontana just comes up and smashes the keyboard with his hand.
Yeah.
And that's
it.
Yeah, that's all it took.
And the movie just ends.
Well, he goes back.
It sends him back to what I think it was called the Silurian area.
Yeah, they call
it.
Hundreds of millions of years ago or something.
Yeah.
I guess even before dinosaur times, because we didn't even see any animals. We just see lightning and thunder and it's the dawn of time almost.
The primordial ooze.
Yeah.
That's what you see.
Grody.
But before that, Mandroid and Reeves have the showdown. And I thought there was going to be a big heroic moment where Mandroid was going to be the hero and take Reeves down. but he just gets lasered to death, and that's it.
Yeah, Mandroid dies. Yeah, it's kind of like, I'm like, is he dead?
He dies again.
I had that moment.
His human body died. Now his hybrid body has died.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Like
sad.
it just seems so anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Because he didn't get any resolution to his storyline. And after he gets lasered to death, the group gathers around him and he's dead. And then they ran after Reeves. And that's the only acknowledgement of Mandroid and his heroic act of sacrificing himself.
Yep. It was just, he's a weird character. He's a weird, it's not your typical screenplay at all. And I don't know how much of it was cut out, moved around, rearranged for whatever reasons.
Stitched together in some way.
But it is, there's a great idea there. And actually, I like the movie quite a bit. I'd watch it again. It's a good idea there. A lot of fun ideas, especially for this. It's very ambitious. It was like a Marvel level of ambition on like a Revenge of the Nerds budget. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a lot of movies stitched together. It's like a Frankenstein of a movie. But I don't think anything was successful except for certain action pieces and props.
Oh, but definitely. The action sequences are the whole of the movie. There's nothing beyond that, really.
But I just feel sometimes when you say I'll watch this again, or you praise certain movies, I kind of, no offense, Freddy, but kind of roll my eyes really hard because
I can see your eyes roll. It's okay. I know, and that's fair. I have I'm looking for something in movies that might not be what you're looking for in movies. I was happy to see the effects in the.
I just feel sequences. Like your bar is too low sometimes, underground sometimes.
I think that your bar's too high. We got to meet in the middle.
That's me. I'm like Goldilocks.
Are you?
No, I don't think I'd ever watch this again. I'm not a big rewatcher anyway. But I enjoyed myself for it being trash, and it's trash. It's garbage. It's ill-made. It was still fun for me, but I like bad shit like that.
Lots of personality.
It did have its own personality, that's for sure.
I was so pleased that like the river sequences looked great. You know what I mean? Like sometimes in a movie like this, they're like, oh, we're making a low budget movie, and the technical shit gets that level of respect. I think like the effects that Buechler and his team did, and the visual effects, like where they're levitating that dude in that one moment with the little lightning thing, like some of them are really pretty sharp for the era, for a low budget. But like Andy said, a regular person is not going to want this movie. No, a normal person won't enjoy this movie.
No,
you have to maybe like garbage a little bit.
No, like there are certain things I like, but there comes a point where the script is so incompetent that it weighs everything down.
The script had some problems for sure. I think it had, like we said, there was shit that felt missing, like an act, like a whole act of stuff felt like it was cut out. But the movie's like almost exactly 90 minutes long, and it makes me wonder.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they just ran out of money because they spent it all on certain things. Yeah,
I would love to. I wish I had. I just couldn't get as much of the research I usually do into like the production end of this movie, and I feel like I want to keep looking because it is really weird. The quality of it doesn't, like if you watch a lot of Empire movies and full moon movies, like the music is usually Charles Band's brother. Richard Band, I think, doing the music, and it's all very synthy and all sounds like if you watch Puppet Master, you associate that music with his movies. You associate, a look of, you can just tell it's low budget. The fact that they went out on the river in Spain, because they filmed a lot of this in Spain, that they went out on this river and they filmed with real film cameras and did all these crazy boat chases. Like, to me, it's a cut above the usual bad movie Amy and I will watch for fun. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's not cut above.
You don't think so? Like, most of those movies don't have like on location shoots at all.
I mean, that's exciting and all, but I think the script problems outweigh that.
Oh yeah, yeah. As a whole, the movie. I'm just meant like the sequences look like they came out of a big movie.
They tried.
Yeah. So like they don't look like other Charles Band movies. Like watch Puppet Master again and think of the scope of Puppet Master. That's more typical of his stuff.
Right.
Or Head of the Family. Or Trancers is a pretty good one. But like when you see those, like a lot of the stuff is shot in rooms, or they might find an interesting location in Europe. But the boat sequence in this looks like it was lifted out of like a really big budgeted movie. It doesn't look like a Charles Band movie.
All right.
If you're a Charles Band fan,
right,
and you know if you're into that and you've seen a lot of his movies, this one you're like, Charles Band did this, but he didn't direct it either.
All right. Anything else to say about Eliminators?
No, I think we said more than there is to say about it.
We overdid it a little bit, maybe. All right. Well, let's move on to something else. How about this portion of the show where we talk about the things we've been watching other than Eliminators? I'm going to start with little Mr. Freddie Morris.
Ted is back. The whole second season dropped on Peacock.
Ted is back.
So fun.
Back again.
So watch that if you like to laugh. But I watched a movie called The Wrecking Crew on Prime, which is Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista playing brothers who are avenging the death of their father. Kind of like the ninja in this week's movie. It's like nonstop action, and those two just delivering the highest level of charisma each is capable of, which is a lot. And it's shot in Hawaii, so it's all these beautiful surroundings, and just it's bloody. The action sequences are really violent, but they're comically done, kind of like in the style of Deadpool. I highly recommend it. It's a little over 2 hours long, but it flies right by.
Getting mad at it being long.
It's a lot of just beautiful locations and, you know, crazy action sequences and entertainment. The story makes more sense than the Eliminators.
Oh, what's the story?
Yeah.
Their father, the story opens with this character who is clearly being pursued. He's trying to hide from people, and he gets hit and killed by a van in the street, and you learn that it's their estranged father, that they're half brothers. They have two different mothers, and Dave Bautista is the older brother, and he is in the Navy, I think, or he's in the military in some capacity, and his kid brother is Jason Momoa, who is a cop. And they both didn't like their father. But they end up. Momoa gets a clue in the mail that leads him to believe his father was involved with some organized crime stuff, and that's why he was murdered. And again, it's just an excuse to get you to a lot of kicking ass and taking names. It's very old. It's a lot like if you like Commando, the old Schwarzenegger movie. It's almost like feels like an update on Commando, but with like the level of action of like Bad Boys 2.
Oh.
Sounds like a 90s throwback action movie.
Very much, yeah. And it's like I'm sure like there's a certain element of people that want to watch it for the raw sexual energy of the two leads. So that's that's a reason
It's
too.
okay if it is.
They're fucking great together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched C, that TV series they did for Apple Plus, and they're both in that. And that's it's a okay show, but like I kind of got a little bit of Jason Momoa like fatigue after Aquaman. And I don't know if it's just I just saw him so much, and like he started doing ads and stuff, and I think that this cured that. Like I appreciate it again.
I think he hasn't done much his output hasn't been as big as it used to be. So I think taking a break is always good for actors.
Yeah, it helps. Like, because you do get overexposed at a point, I think. But
so why is it called the Wrecking Crew? Why is it called the Wrecking Crew?
Well, because if that should put into mind that these guys are literally going through and just kicking a bunch of ass. They're the Wrecking Crew. It's just there's another movie called The Wrecking Crew. This has nothing to do with that one. It's not a remake of that. But that's kind of a phrase they used to call that band who played I can't remember what studio they called them, the Wrecking Crew. So I think there's also a documentary about the Wrecking Crew. But it's just a vibe.
That was the name of the Phil Spector's house band
Thank you.
that did all the music for the Wall of Sound stuff.
There it is. So yeah, so not that kind of wrecking crew. Instead of instruments, they have weapons. Instead of songs, they're serving up hot death.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. The Wrecking Crew. Thank you.
Bet.
You bet that I'm going to go next. That's how that typically works. I watched a movie called Butterfly Kisses. It's the worst title.
Like the song?
Yes. And you're like, what did you watch, Amy? A Hallmark movie? No, this is a horror movie. Just terrible name. I really would like to talk to them. They can rename it easily. No, it's been out for a while. I've neglected to look for how long, but like it's in the 2010s, I think, maybe came out. 2018, maybe. That's sounding right in my head. And it's a found footage documentary about a found footage documentary. It's about this guy who finds footage in his house or in his mother-in-law's house. It doesn't matter.
Hey, what's this footage?
He finds it and he looks on it and he realizes it's a couple of kids were making, like college kids were making a documentary about this urban legend called Peeping Tom. And it's this legend that if you go to this certain tunnel and if you look into the tunnel and you don't blink for an hour, he will appear. Now, it's not humanly possible to not blink for an hour.
I guess if he had those Clockwork Orange eye-opening things.
You have to.
But you also need some Visine to go with that.
And then you would blink, though, when you try to put the Visine in. But I guess if you had the Clockwork Orange stuff, you couldn't.
Yeah.
Right.
If you sneeze with those on, don't your eyeballs pop out?
They would have to.
You know what they say?
I'm sorry, but that's just a dumb urban legend. They could
for an hour. I know. It could have. It would have been okay. In addition to renaming the movie, and I recommend this movie. I really enjoyed myself, but they need to change the title. Change it to Peeping Tom. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And then you need to take it from an hour that you can't blink to something more reasonable,
like
a minute.
Do you think
even 10
anybody
minutes
can do a minute?
I'm going to ask Siri what the world record is. What's the world record for not blinking?
She better know.
While there is no specific number that documents how long an average person can go without blinking, the current world record is 40 minutes 59 seconds.
Whoa.
Fergal Isor Fleming holds this record, which was achieved during an annual staring competition in Australia.
40 minutes?
Yeah.
This answer is from
All right.
reference.com.
You can stop her now.
I want to let her give credit.
That, you ever leave your eye open and not blink? That hurts.
Yeah, it gets
hurts
dry,
real
starts to
bad.
hurt, yeah.
I feel like that would be agony. 40 minutes?
Yeah.
I feel that guy's blind. That guy's blind now. He got the record, but at what cost?
Super dry eyes, permanent dry eyes.
Right. Dry eyes. So yeah, he finds the footage, then he decides he's going to put it together and create the movie that they never made. That was never made. And he tries to get people excited. He's also a filmmaker, like a kind of a failed one. And he's like videographer for weddings now. And he really wants to be a filmmaker. So he thinks this is his big break. And he wants to put together this movie and he wants to get ghost hunter groups on board. He wants to get people on board so he can really hype this up. And people don't believe. And so the movie is kind of about the urban legend and then kind of this idea of belief in what you see and what you don't see. I don't know. It was really fun. It kind of got my found footage juices flowing again because I haven't really watched it. I know how that sounded. But you know what I mean.
Mm. Juicy found footage.
It's been a long time since I've seen a found footage movie, and it's been a long time since I've seen one I liked.
I heard that movie that's just called Found Footage is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's in our queue.
That's a lame title.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be kind of light. It's I think a comedy horror kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't
But
watched it.
why is it called Butterfly Kisses?
So apparently, okay, you haven't blinked in an hour. He appears at the end of the tunnel. Now every time you blink, he's going to get closer to you till you feel his eyelashes on your eyes. That's called butterfly kisses.
Oh, okay. So he gets right up in your face, huh?
And then I guess he kills you.
Does the
He has
song
no
Butterfly
sense of personal
Kisses?
space.
Yeah.
It's spooky. The movie's spooky.
Do they use the song ever?
No.
Yeah.
Never comes up.
Butterfly Kisses. It played at every fucking wedding in like the 2000s, I guess.
And then the actual director of the movie is a character in the movie as the director of the documentary of the guy making the movie out of this found footage that he found. It's inceptioned.
Yeah.
It's Russian nesting dolls of a movie.
Yeah.
But the director of the movie, who does appear in the movie as the director, passed away. And so that makes me sad because he was young.
Oh, in real life.
And very talented.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's so sad. This is Baltimore, right? Was this one of the ones that was made in Baltimore?
I'm not sure.
I thought I remember something. I didn't watch it, but I thought I remembered you playing the trailer. The reason I ask is we know a lot of the filmmakers out of Baltimore through Kevin Kangas and Ed Sanchez, just through their works being shared on social media. They have a
Ed Sanchez makes a cameo.
So yeah, it's what I'm thinking of then, because they got a nice indie film community up there.
Yeah,
they're real supportive of each other. If you ever watched the WNUF Halloween special, that's a really good one by somebody from that neck
of the woods.
Yeah.
So yeah, Butterfly Kisses. That's what I watched.
Where can we find this at?
I think
or
I
where'd you
watched
watch it at least?
On Prime. I believe I watched it on Prime.
He looked at me and I was like, I have no idea.
I think it was Prime.
I wish not there.
I know, I'm sorry. All right, Andy, what you watch? What you been watching?
I watched The Bride.
Oh, you did?
You have to say it like that because the title has an exclamation point at the end. So you can't just say The Bride. You have to scream it.
The Bride! The Bride!
Honestly, I don't know how I feel about this movie. It's a big swing, which I appreciate, but a lot of this movie doesn't work, but there are certain things that do work. The problem is that Maggie Gyllenhaal, the director, she throws too much at the wall, but she doesn't focus on one thing enough. So like a lot of things are watered down because she tries to do too much.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Which I appreciate. Like I said, it's a big swing, but she needs to keep it to like KISS, which is keep it simple, stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if there's a good movie in there somewhere, seriously, there is. It's I mean, you've seen the trailers, right? It's basically what I thought it was going to be was Bonnie and Clyde, except with Frankenstein and the Bride. And if they kept it with that would have been a really good idea. But there's things that she touches on that aren't fleshed out enough. And so everything is watered down.
Is this like the impression I'm getting is this like a world building kind of story where there's like it's set like in a hyper weird version of like 30s or something?
Yeah, it's like the 30s. So I don't think that it's a world building. I mean, she does build her own world, but I don't think there's going to be more to this. I mean, I do like the world that she built because it's a world where they believe in Frankenstein and certain things like these like monsters, I guess. And it's not like a shocking thing for them to see this stuff. But it just tries to do too much.
I love Jessie
There's
Buckley.
like, yeah, she's great in this. And
What's she
her and
from?
Christian Bale.
Who's Jessie
Freddie?
Buckley?
She was in Men.
Oh, I saw that.
Man.
Yeah.
And she's been in like a lot of other indie movies, and most recently she was in Hamnet, and she's like kind of tipped to win the Oscar. Like she's favored to win Best Actress for that. But she and Christian Bale are the reason to see this movie because they really go for it, and their performances are just they're so committed, and they have this like reckless abandon that's kind of exciting to watch. So they're the reason to watch this movie.
There's vomit eating too, right?
There's what?
Vomit eating?
Oh, maybe I don't remember that.
I heard that was like her big fight with the studio was something to do with a scene where I don't know if it's Frankenstein's monster or her eats vomit off the other one, like black vomit.
Gross.
I don't know. Maybe it got.
Where did
cut.
you hear that?
An interview with Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
There was something about it.
That's why her tongue and that makeup thing, that splash of black on her face is explained. It's the chemical that they pump into her to reanimate her.
Oh, okay.
And she kind of throws it up a little bit, and that explains why she looks like that.
Yeah, so apparently that was a fight with whoever the studio that released it was something to do with that being too gross or.
Well, it's interesting that she's not complaining, but mentioning like studio interference, because clearly there wasn't any studio interference in this because she really does anything that she wanted, because they needed an editor and somebody to come in and say, hey, doesn't work. Maybe you should just focus on this instead. So it's almost it felt like a blank check movie for a director.
Oh, wow.
Where they have like free reign and can do anything they want. But which is good for them, good for her that she can do this. But sometimes you do need an editor and somebody tapping you on the shoulder.
I have no idea how this is doing like with the broader.
I think
critics.
It bombed.
Is it a bomb?
Yeah, it made like $7 million on the box office, which is pretty poor.
I was real curious about it, but I might now. I don't think it's so rare that I will go to the movies to see a movie now.
It's stylistically and visually beautiful and very well made, but it's just the script itself. There are some very pretentious and eye-rolling moments.
Would you say which is the stronger screenplay, Eliminators or The Bride?
The Bride, because it does have like a point of view, and it does have an ending.
Yeah, if you had to rewatch one right now, and you didn't, and it could be
The Bride,
you'd watch The Bride again.
Yeah,
The Bride.
Yeah. So I don't know. I can't really review it on the movie I wanted to see. I can just say we recommend it on the movie that I did see, and it's not a recommend for me.
I'm proud of you for being honest. I know there's a lot of pressure in this world.
So I do recommend it because I feel like it could be like a love it or hate it movie, and I'm like kind of firmly in between.
Yeah.
So see it because like you want to see big studios take chances and like
it will encourage
see movies that aren't cookie cutter. Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, if they see The Bride which it didn't, so it's not going to happen. We're not going to get another thing like The Bride because it didn't do enough money.
Maybe it becomes a cult movie later on.
Yeah. But I feel like this is like the definition of an A for effort movie.
Oh yeah.
So good for you, Maggie Gyllenhaal, for trying.
Is Jake Gyllenhaal in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
He has a small role. It's a great cast too.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Penelope Cruz, Peter Sarsgaard.
That's her husband, so I was going to ask, is he in it?
Interesting.
All right. Well, thank you, Andy. You always make us current with your movies, your picks. All right. At the end of every show, we say hi to our Beelzebubs. Patreon.com/NOTLP if you want to do that. Matt, Brandon and Emily, Dr. Brian, Old Dirty Bill Sturd, Bill Fahrner, Blayne Yogurt, Jordache Jeans, Monica, Ernest, Dave, and Shayna Bobena. Congratulations again, Shayna, on the new job. Excited for you.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much for listening.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Frankenstein was wondering if he should go to